Well, I don't know where you are in your finances, but a lot of people are having tough times making ends meet. And I just want to tell you today that you can make it. You have to take what you have and you have to go forward. A lot of times we're always looking at the end to something. Oh, I don't see it. I don't see it. But God made a way out of no way. And I want you to know if you have any skills, we all have skills. We don't see them as valuable because the world taught you not to see what you have as valuable. You have valuable skills that you can take and you can make money taking the gifts and the skills you have and actually offer them for services. If you can read, people are looking for people to read to their children. If you can write, people are looking for people to take and help their children to learn to write. The world has come up with a one type of person and that's it for all. That's not the truth. The truth is that you have a skill, some type of skill that you can offer and put a price on it, that you can teach people and make money. If you can cook, people are looking for people to cook and they don't have time to take and cook. You can actually offer that as a service. You can cook for people. There is that statutes that you have to make and sure that you meet to take and cook for someone because I would look for them if you were cooking for me. If you can take and walk dogs, that's a service you can provide for someone. If you're willing to take care of somebody's animals, then that's a service you can provide for somebody. You can pay those bills. You just have to determine how you're going to go about getting the money legally to pay it. We all have gifts and services that people need. If you can drive, the Uber started with a business. A person started a business called Uber, just driving people around. You can drive people. You can fix people's cars. You don't have to have a license for everything. It depends on the status and the people you want to serve. But you start small and you build up. You can do a business if you do here. You know, back in the days, if you knew how to cornroll, you can take and be a cornroll artist. They call them, I guess. But you can cornroll somebody's here. There are ways, legitimate ways to start a business with the skills you have, and it does not take a lot of money. It takes common knowledge. It takes wisdom. It takes grit. I remember years ago, I used to sit on my couch and I would watch soap operas all day long. I can tell you what time they came on to what time they went off. And I said, these people are getting paid. I need to get up and move. And I went and I found a program. And I had to learn some skills. So you can learn your skill sets. Use YouTube. You can go on YouTube and say, I'm determined that I'm going to learn a skill that I don't have to go and ask somebody to pay me. I can take and provide a service and I can be the employer of myself and make money. You are a business. We weren't taught to see ourselves as business people, but we all are. Every time you go to a store and make a purchase, you are a business. I'm actually sitting here. I was out walking today and I said, you know what? I was in this beautiful park called Egerton Park, and I said that people get paid for taking pictures. You can take pictures. You know, I came across this video, and this young lady was talking about how she is doing I guess food delivery service or something, and she was saying that she has to do it to make ends meet. It's a second job for her. But she basically was like, I have to trust God because I'm going into areas a lot of times that she know really isn't safe, but she has to pay her bills. And I was sharing this book that I wrote on reselling. You can take what you have, you can pull it together, especially those things that are stuffed in the closet and it's just sitting there, and you can clean it up and you can resell it. You may not get that money that you originally made, but any money is better than no money. A lot of people want top dollar. I would rather take half than zero to take and make that income. So I want to encourage those who needs to make ends meet what you have, you can do it. You can start a business with what you have. Traditionally, they said you had to go to the bank and you had to get a loan. If you're not interested in getting a loan, don't go to the bank. Use your mind, use your gifts that God has given you, and take care of yourself and your family. Single moms, if you're home, I would say daycare. You can specialize. You can get around a niche. For those who don't know what a niche is an expertise. What good thing can you do? Are you willing to take in kids at night? But you have to be a great babysitter, not a halfway babysitter. Anything you do, do it to excellence. Make every penny count and the time count. And when you provide excellent service, people share those gifts and those talents that you have with other people and say, hey, I need a babysitter. Start a business. You don't know what business means, look it up. And you kind of got to go around AI because AI is masking a lot of the original definitions of words I've noticed. So you got to dig deep and get a full understanding of words. So go ahead, start that business and be a blessing to someone. Start low and then you work your way up. So I wanted to come on and say, hey, you can start a business with what you have. You have the skills, you have the ability, you have the knowledge. You don't have to sit down there and you don't have to beg nobody for anything. God gave me a word years ago in a group of us that we were beggars. And I was like, oh, no, no, I'm not a beggar. And I was like, well, but what the Lord was telling us is you're always looking and seeking, but you got to become a producer in the economy. You have to produce, you have to put value out there. And those are the gifts and the talents that we use every day. Every day we get up and we go to that store, or we have to send money to school, into these businesses for whatever is milk money. You're doing business. You may not see it because you don't understand business, but you're doing business. You can take care of yourself and your family, and you don't have to risk your life and go out there and do all of these crazy DoorDash and this and that. I don't use that stuff, but the stuff I'm hearing, that's not a safe service for, especially for women. So use wisdom, use knowledge, get out there and go ahead and do what you can. All right, we're going to be talking with you later. Go out there, use some wisdom, sit down and think about those skills and gifts that you have,